Spreadsheet application. In this module, the focus will be on Introduction to Spreadsheets. That is module 1. A spreadsheet is a computer application that is designed to add, display, analyze, organize, and manipulate data arranged in rows and columns. There are various uses spreadsheet can be put to. These include in finance, forms, school and colleges, lists, hotels. Overview of spreadsheet software. Introduction to various spreadsheet applications. We have the Microsoft Excel, Google Sheet, Apple, Numbers, Calc, to mention but a few. You can see them here: Google Sheet, Microsoft Excel, Apple, Numbers. Functions of spreadsheet. In spreadsheet, the function uses a specific formula on the input and generates output. Or in other words, functions are created to perform complicated math problems in spreadsheets without using actual formulas. We are going to see that when we get to the practical section. For example, if you want to find the total of the numeric data present in the column, then use the sum function instead of adding all the values present in the column. See a workbook here with different sheets. This is what is called workbook. Then you can see all the label. For purpose of the mastery of a Microsoft Excel, you need to know each and every item you are seeing on the screen here. We've seen File tab, Quick Access toolbar, top level tabs, formula bar. When you put the formula equal to cell this to cell this, this is where you see all those formulas. Whatever you are doing will appear in this formula bar. We have active cell, name box, row, sheet tab, add new sheet. If you want to add new sheet, you just click on this, another new sheet will come. Grid lines, zoom, slider, and so on. Basic component of spreadsheets are, see them, they are what I've just shown you here: title bar, toolbar, name box, and the rest. Microsoft Excel is the next. MS Excel is a spreadsheet program that is created by Microsoft for platforms like Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and iPad OS. It is used for data organization, formatting, calculation, data analysis, and other tasks. Then, if you are asked what is Microsoft Excel itself, a powerful spreadsheet program that is part of the Microsoft Office product group, is part of the Microsoft Office product group for business applications. This Microsoft Office program allows users to store, analyze, organize, and visualize data in a tabular format. The image below provides a virtual presentation of what an Excel spreadsheet typically appears like. See it here, Excel spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is the generic name that covers all those applications used in performing calculations. Now, the next slide, features of Excel, Microsoft Excel features. Just in the advantages of Microsoft Excel: easy to store, organize data, easy to recover data, easy to manipulate or visualization, direct application of mathematical formulas, free template, more secure, clearer visibility of complex information. Anyone can learn how to use and take advantage of the program's powerful features. Excel users can utilize auto format to use predefined table formatting settings. See them here: AutoSum, list autofill, autoshift, and wizard. See some features again, charts, pivot tables, shortcut menus. The easiest way to get started with Excel is to use Microsoft 365, previously known as Office 365. It does not require downloading or installation of the program. It's available. Parts of the Excel window, say before you start using it, it's really important to understand what is where in the window. Some parts of the Excel window, like the ribbon and scroll bar, are standard in most Microsoft programs. However, there are other features that are more specific to spreadsheet, such as the formula bar. We're going to see all these name box and worksheet tabs. What is a cell? Very simple. A cell is created at the intersection point where rows and columns meet, forming a rectangular box. Here is an image illustrating what a cell looks like. See it, active cell, that's the intersection. Like this you are seeing here in this diagram, that's a cell. And this is cell A1, cell A1. Cell address or cell reference. The address or name of a cell or a range of cells is known as cell reference. Referencing the cell of other worksheet is known as external referencing. Referencing the cell of other program is known as remote referencing. And there are three types of cell references in Excel. We have the relative reference, absolute reference, mixed reference. Features of Excel ribbon. The ribbon in MS Excel is the topmost row of tabs that provide the user with different facilities, functionalities. These tabs are, see them, Home tab, Insert tab, Page layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View. The next question is, what are workbooks? Very simple. A collection of worksheets referred to as a workbook. Creating and opening workbooks, the steps are here. We are going to do a practical demonstration of this shortly. We just want to take a general overview of the theory you need to know about spreadsheet generally before we now come to specific. Step 1 is to select the file tab. Step 2 is to click new. Step 3, click blank workbook. Step 4, a new blank workbook will appear. That's if you're already working, maybe you've opened your system, you boot your system, you load the Microsoft Excel, and you have a workbook on, and you want to open a new workbook, you follow this step. But other than that, if you want to launch afresh a workbook, you want to open the Microsoft Excel for you to do some calculations, you can just search from your system Excel to give you, and you open. We are going to practically demonstrate. Saving workbook, you can save if you have work that you are currently working on, or you have a schedule you are currently working on, you save. But you can also save as, or you know the meaning of save, you want to give a name to save the work you have concluded or the work you want to conclude later in future. What are worksheets in Excel? Ladies and gentlemen, a worksheet is a collection of cells, basic data unit in the worksheet. And working with worksheet, how to create a new spreadsheet. Excel sheets are already open by default. Now to add a new sheet, in the lowermost pane in Excel, you can find a button. Click on that button to add a new sheet. I've told us earlier, we are going to see practical demonstration of this. Let's see it here. Is the picture. This is an workbook. See sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. And you can rename all the sheets. We are going to see how to rename these as well. You say click on insert and then select worksheet, click OK. How to open an existing worksheet. On the lowermost pane in Excel, you can find the name of the current sheet you have opened. And the next thing is, how do I manage the spreadsheet? Simply navigate between the sheets by clicking on the sheet name or number on the plane. choose among the various options available. You can copy your sheet to other workbooks. Then the next question that should come to mind, modifying columns, rows, and cells. Every row and column of a new workbook is set with the same height and width. Excel allows you to modify column width and row width in different ways. Now we have inserting, deleting, moving, and hiding. After working with a workbook for a while, you may want to insert new columns or rows, delete certain rows and columns, move them to a different location in the worksheet, or even hide them. In the practical session that I'm going to just do a general demonstration, I will show us how to do this. The next heading there is the meaning. What is data formatting? Formatting can be used to change the font size, to change the font color, and many more when you want to format. For example, maybe you are typing using Times New Roman and you want to change to another one, maybe area. That's part of the formatting. Or you have been working with font size 12, you want to change to 14 or something lower. That's part of formatting. MS, Microsoft Excel formulas. The most important and useful feature of Microsoft Excel is to calculate numerical information using formulas. I will just mention something very important here. That one important thing in Microsoft Excel is the equal to sign. Before you can impute any formula, you want to sum, you want to add that sum now, you want to subtract, you want to multiply or divide anything. The very first thing you do is equal to before you now do whatever manipulation you want to do. Excel can perform different calculations using mathematical operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. What are functions? A function is a predefined formula that is used to perform calculation using specific values in a sequence. And the next thing, the basic tips for working with data, sorting data, filtering data, groups, and subtotals. Then we see tables. After entering your data in the worksheet, you may want to format your data as a table. Formatting data as a table, step 1, you select the cells you want to format as a table. Click the Format as a Table in the Styles group from the Home tab. Step 3, now select the table style from the top-down menu. Step 4, confirm the cell range for the table. Step 5, click OK if your table has headers. Then step 6, the cell range will be formatted in the selected table style. Then modifying tables, very easy to modify. It is easy to modify the look of the table after adding it to a worksheet. Charts help you to illustrate your workbook data graphically, which makes it easy to examine and compare the Excel workbook and make better decisions. Understanding conditional formatting. Similar to charts conditional, formatting provides a way to visualize data and make worksheet easier to understand. How do I use conditional formatting in Excel? That's the next thing. They have steps. The first step is to select desired cells. Click on the conditional formatting command from the Home tab. Select the desired rule from the menu that appears. Enter the desired values in the dialog box. Select formatting styles. You can also use conditional formatting preset and remove the conditional formatting. I have to take this theoretical base first to enable us to look at some practical application of Microsoft Excel. What are pivot tables? That's the next thing on our screen. Pivot tables can help to make worksheet more manageable by summarizing data and allowing you to manipulate it in different ways. How do I create pivot tables? Step 1, select the create or cells. From the Insert tab, click on the pivot table. Choose your settings in the Create Pivot Table dialog box and click OK. Step 4, a blank pivot table and field list will appear in a new worksheet. Then we see statistics in spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is defined as a large sheet that contains data and information arranged in rows and columns. Statistical features of spreadsheet are today a huge asset as many large multinational companies and research institutions use them for organization, categorization, and analysis of their financial data. Tools that facilitate working with statistics in spreadsheets are predefined mathematical functions like average, we're going to see that, maximum, minimum, mean, mode. 2D and 3D charts of various types like line charts, pie charts, and bar charts. Mathematical functions in spreadsheets. You can see all manner of functions here. And generally speaking, when you talk of this function, if I want to add together maybe a range of number from cell A1 to cell A5, all I just need to do, I can use sum as a function there, or I want to determine the average of cell A1 to cell A5. All I need to do is to type average, open bracket, then I click on the very first cell, then go the last one, and automatically will give me the average. So we have the average. Can you see this? And we have the various, this function is used to find the arithmetic mean of average of the cell in the given range. We are going to practically see the demonstration. The second one, average if function, see it here, average if, used to find the average of the cells that meet the given criteria. Median function, used to get the median of the given data. Mode function, used to find the most frequent value of the cell in the given range. Standard deviation, can you see that? That is, you can have some numbers arranged instead of using these long formulas to calculate standard deviation. I tell people that when you begin to put these formulas down using biro and paper, they call you guru. It's good you have those formulas, especially for exam. Especially when the exam is not Excel based or computer based. It's good you know the formula. But the essence of technology application in accounting is to simplify the work of accountant. So just type in ST, standard deviation, STDF dot P, you're going to get the value, standard deviation calculated, and variance, the same thing. See the functions, a lot of them. Quartiles function, we have the correlation function, we have the maximum function, minima function, small function, counter function, count blank function. See all what they do here. Try go through all this. Then the next thing we see mathematical functions in spreadsheets. See example, in this example, we are finding the average of the following given data. See something, we have the top set here. If you pick your calculator, just try and add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divided by how many sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 6 is going to give you this. Where if you use the function to calculate, all you just need, see it here, average, you put equal to average, open brackets, C2, that's cell C2 to cell C7. It's going to give you the average. Then mathematical function in spreadsheet continues. Select the data for which the data has to be created. Go to insert comment chart. That's for chart now. Select the one which you feel is most suitable for information and click OK. See various types of charts here. Line charts, bar charts, scatter plots, and pie charts. A lot of them. Now, with this theoretical background, I've told us, I will just go through all those theory. You can read more, even from the PDF material we have prepared. You can take your time and read. I will just go straight. I will do some brief demonstration of what we have discussed, some of the things we have discussed so far. Now, I will launch an Excel workbook now. Then from there, we're going to see the various application of some of these functions and what we have discussed so far. Now I have a workbook here. This is what is called a workbook, ladies and gentlemen. And when you say workbook, I told us one important aspect of Microsoft Excel is this equal to sign. One important sign. We need it. Now, if I want to add, maybe I have 68, 98, 56, 70, 100, just what? Enter. And I want to sum together all these items. See inbuilt formulas. See what I'm doing here? I just press shift. I highlight all these. Then I come to AutoSum. Automatic. Give me, see my results. Give me 392. Now, if I want to use the formula, I can copy this, Control C, I paste here. Then I want to use formula, what? You start equal to. All right, before I even take that, let me show you something. Can you see something here? You know, I did not type the formula myself. I just used the AutoSum. But in the formula bar, can you see equal to is there? This is one of the most important signs when you come to Microsoft Excel, equal to. So if I want to now do the formula myself, say equal to, see what I'm doing? I'll say sum, shift, open brackets. I will click on cell G4. We have defined cell before. See, if you look at this now, can you see? This is G what? I click on this, G4. See there, cell G4. So let me come back to this. I say equal to, you want to do any correction amendment, you see I've gone directly into the formula bar. Shift, put my colon. Then where is the next one? The last, that's cell, I click on 100. That's cell G8. This is what they call a cell, the intersection of row and column. You can see from here is row 8. This is column G. That makes G8. If I press enter, see it now. I use formula, I have the same result. I'll quickly use a stone to kill many birds here. Now, this is sheet 1. If I want to name this sheet 1, see what I'm going to do. I will right click. Just press your mouse, right click. You have this dialog box that will pop up. Then you click on what? Rename. I want to rename it. What name do I give it? I can say practice. Practice 1. Then if I want to add another sheet, earlier on we described it, to add another new sheet, just click on this plus, that's sheet 2. Then if you want to rename sheet 2 again, I will right click, I will click on rename. I can call this practice 2. See something there? Practice 2. So let's click practice 1. I go back to practice 1 now. Now, if I come here and I say I want to have the average, you know what we have done here is just the sum. And now say I want to have the average of this number, not even the sum now. See what you're going to do? Equal to, that's function now. I've repeated the same number. What is the average of this data set? One, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you're going to do here is equal to, watch what I'm doing. Instead of somebody saying average is 392 divided by 5, I'll just say equal to, type average. Watch it. I'll say average, then open bracket. I will click on 68. Your shift key, then colon. I'll click on 100. Close the bracket. Enter. The average is 78.4. Let me make this thing bolder. Let me increase it. The average is 78.4. These are basic things. Then, when we still come to some brief demonstration, how do I use Microsoft Excel? You can come here also. I'm trying to show you how to link two sheets together. How to link two sheets together. Now, I'll go to practice question 2. I can repeat some numbers here: 50, 45, 34, 28. I'm just picking those numbers. 29. Right? If I have all these and I want to sum it, see what I'm saying now? Sum. I'll come back here. Let me use the AutoSum. You go to AutoSum and you say sum. Can you see? Give me this. See something? Give me this. Now, let's go back to practice question 1. Here, do you know here we have average? Average. Now, I want to link this formula, this average. That's one way you can link one sheet. I'll go back to practice question 2. Let me delete. Assuming I don't want to retype the average the way I did in practice 1. I will just put here equal to what? I'll go to practice 1. I'll pick this question. I will say enter. You know what he did to me? He picked direct what I have in practice 1 and give it to me here in practice 2. But you know that, just look at the formula by here. I say practice 1 and it refer to the relevant cell. But a more important one, if you want to link two sheets, it's an accountant, we can do that later. If I give a figure, let me delete some of these. I say expenses. You say expenses. You have expenses. And here I say salaries. Just watch. I say 600 or 6,000. Let's leave that. I say wages, 5,000. Then we say electricity, 7,000. Watch. If I add all this together, I say AutoSum, 18,000. Then somewhere here, because of time, I just say revenue. Watch. Revenue. I put that at 100,000. Then I come here, I say net income. Net income. Net income is what? The difference between your revenue and your expenses. So I'll just say equal to, see what I'm doing here? This minus this. This is our net income. Let's watch something. Part of formatting we've discussed before. If you I position 100,000 here, check Calibri and the font size is 11. I may decide I'll just do a lot of formatting together. I want to change the entire figures here. I want to change it to Times New Roman first. I want to change it to, see what I'm doing. I highlight and I'm changing to font style 12, font size 12. Then look at this number here, this general. How this is part of formatting. If I want to increase or decrease decimal, see, as I click, it has given me this thing in Naira and Kobo or dollars, as the case may be, pounds, depending on where you are looking at it. Then if I want to separate, see comma, put comma. This is our accountant record figures. It's 100,000. I've done some formatting here. This is not where we are going. If I decide to now go to practice question 2, I just give us some extract of balance sheet, position statement, and that aspect of balance sheet, I come to where we call shareholders equity or shareholders equity. I'll just say equity. And you know equity is what? Equity is ordinary share capital plus reserves. So here I say share capital. I say it's 150,000. Then I say share premium. You say that one is 30,000. Watch what I'm doing. Then I say retained earnings. That is our net profit. Retained profit. Let me call it retained profit. And I say retained profit. How do I get my retained profit? I will leave it blank. Here, I want to get the total. Remember, this is just an extract. Just balance sheet extract. Balance sheet in bracket, extract. So what I've done here, extract. That means not a complete one, just for demo purpose. Now I know that my retained profit that I need in the balance sheet should be the figure from the profit and loss. And profit and loss has been prepared in the sheet I've labeled practice 1. See how to link the two together now. Instead of just looking at it and now say, okay, net income or net profit is 82,000. I will just come here, see what I'm doing. Say equal to, I'll go to practice 1, then I will click on net income and say enter. Do you know the automatic net return profit or net profit has come into the practice 2? That is the sheet 2. That is how to link two sheets together. And if you want to conclude this one also, you do your formatting, press comma, then here, of course, you can underline. This one is to underline. See what I've done here, how to underline. And if you now want to sum all this together, see again, auto sum. Then you click auto sum. That is the total. So then, can you see what I'm doing now? You want to save. Since this is the first time I'm saving, either you use save or save as, it will still ask you. When you use save as, where do you want to save? Is it on the desktop or do you have a folder you have opened before that you want to save? What I usually do, you can decide to just click on this, browse. Then you come to desktop. I can do practice 1. Practice 1. The meaning is that I'm saving on my desktop. But if you choose also, you can save on your documents, my documents, and so on. Once you now click save, this thing has now been saved with your practice 1, practice 2. If you want to add more sheets, just continue like that. More sheets, more new sheets, and so on. With this demonstration, I'll go back to my slide so that we take some practice question based on what we have seen so far. Then we conclude module 1. Can do some other, can read more. Practice question. Ladies and gentlemen, to my viewer, see the practice question, especially some of you preparing for certification course in spreadsheet application, or you're preparing for the global challenge, digital accounting and finance challenge, with specific focus on spreadsheet application. These are some of the sample questions you are going to encounter during the day, the real day of that competition. See question 1. What is the primary purpose of a spreadsheet application? Consider to browse the internet, to create, display, and manipulate data arranged in rows and columns, to edit images and videos, to send emails. What's the answer? So you take the answer. Anyway, the answer to that question is B. Then question 2, which of the following is not a spreadsheet application? Can you see that Microsoft Excel, Google Sheet, Apple Numbers, then Adobe Photoshop? What's your correct answer there? There's no Adobe Photoshop in what we have discussed. So the answer that is odd there is D. Question 3, in Microsoft Excel, what is the function of the formula bar? What is the function of the formula bar? A, it allows users to enter or edit data in the selected cell. It displays the name of the workbook to provide quick access to different formatting options. It helps navigate between different worksheets. Ladies and gentlemen, for question number 3, the correct answer is A. The question 4, which Excel feature is used to apply predefined formatting settings to tables? A, AutoSum, B, AutoShapes, C, AutoFormat, and D, Pivot Table. What's your own answer? Anyway, the correct answer here is C. Then D is Pivot. And the question 5, what is a collection of worksheets in a spreadsheet called? A database, B, a workbook, C, a chart sheet, D, a cell group. I will leave you to answer that one yourself. Thank you for your attention. This is Module 1. Next, we are going to see is Module 2. And for Module 2, when we have practice questions, I will expect you to go and take those questions, solve them yourself. Module 3 and so on will be interchanging, so it won't be new to you when it is time for your tests or the global certification exam and the digital competition. If you have any question, you have my contact. Thank you.